Father to Son is an autobiographical poem of Elizabeth Jennings. The poet talks of an exclusively personal experience, but the poem has a fairly universal appeal. What happens between the poet and his son happens to most fathers and sons. The generation gap is so wide and the differences are so deep that the gap that separates them stands as it is. Every father wishes his son would live under the same roof with him and share his belief and love. But then this doesn't happen. In spite of an urge for reunion, the separation continues and can't be held. The theme of the poem is generation gap. The first stanza tells us that there is no understanding between them. I do not understand this child, though we have lived together now in the same house for years. The father is unhappy as he doesn't understand his own child. Though they have lived under the same roof for years, he knows nothing about him. I know nothing of him, so try to build up a relationship from how he was when small. Yet have I killed. But still, he wants to build a relationship with him that starts from the day when he was a child. The second stanza tells us that the father and the son are strangers to each other. The seed I spent or sown it where, the land is his and none of mine. We speak like strangers, there's no sign of understanding in the air. By giving birth to such a child, the father has sown the seed of birth in the land that didn't belong to him. All his pains that he took up in bringing up the child have gone for a waste. They speak like strangers, and there's no sign of any understanding developing between them. This child is built to my design, yet what he loves I cannot share. In features and build-up, the child has grown exactly as the father has wished him to be. But things that the son loves and likes can't be shared by the father. The son has taken after his father and grown up as he had planned. But unfortunately, in spite of this similarity, they can't share love between them. The third stanza tells us that the father wishes the return of his son. Silence surrounds us. I would have him prodigal, returning to his father's house, the home he knew, rather than see him make and move his world. There is no dialogue or communion between the father and the son. Silence surrounds them. The father wishes that his extravagant son would return home. Instead of going out and making and controlling his own world, it would be better if he returns home. I would forgive him too, shaping from sorrow a new love. He would definitely pardon him. It is possible that out of sorrow a new love might take shape between them. This father is ready to forgive and forget all the sorrows that his son has given him. The fourth stanza tells us that there is a mutual desire to come close to each other. Father and son, we both must live on the same globe and the same land, he speaks. I cannot understand myself why anger grows from grief. In spite of all these differences, the father and the son must live in the same world and on the same earth. The father can't understand what the son speaks to him, nor can he understand why his grief is turned into anger. We each put out an empty hand, longing for something to forgive. Both extend their empty hands to each other. Both of them are in search of some excuses to forgive each other, but they can't help being what they are. Thanks for watching.